kind of life-changing. Good morning, guys. Today's video is the top 1% women routine. As you guys saw, I'm very skeptical of this routine. I don't know how realistic it is for someone that does work, so I am trying this routine on a day where I'm working 8 hours and then tomorrow when I'm off on Saturday. It is currently 9:05 in the morning. I am headed to work right now. I don't start till 10, but I have to make time for daily exercise with this routine. So I'm going to walk before my shift because I don't know. I lifted yesterday, so I don't know how I'll feel later. I did do the morning with 1 hour no phone. So I woke up at 8 a.m. and then I did 1 hour no phone, which is what they say to do a brain dump. I honestly am in full support of that though, because I scroll so much in the morning, and so I think it's really good that I didn't today. I haven't noticed a huge difference, obviously, so far, and that's why I feel like I should give it 48 hours of trying it, but I will let you guys know, and I will keep you guys updated on how realistic this is while I'm walking. Before we get further into the video, I want to provide some context. What is the top 1% of women trend? This was a trend that is based on videos and ideas from Dr. Faye Bate. In her video, she details the lifestyle changes and routine she implemented into her day off that upgraded her life. Now, throughout the video, she details scientific proof as to why these methods are healthy, but as someone who finds this concept of top 1% to be very pretentious sounding and a bit unrealistic, I was very curious to see what it would be like to follow it. This video is no hate towards Dr. Bate, it is just me trying the routine out and sharing my honest feelings. The first step was to list what my goals for the day was, using the Eisenhower method, which falls into categories of urgent and important, urgent but not important, important but not urgent, and not important or urgent. So I filled my goals for the Friday and Saturday into this graph on Thursday night before bed. Now, for full transparency, I was flip-flopping between the actual video itself and an article I found on the topic online. And in the article, the author wrote about how part of the brain dump portion was to stay off your phone in the morning, and so I decided to do that. What I did was set an alarm for 8 a.m. to wake up and 9 a.m. for when I could use my phone. This was actually really nice, and I did notice my anxiety was way less intense in the morning. I have a hormone imbalance, and my cortisol levels can get pretty high and intense, so I may have to fully implement the no phone first thing into my daily routine. Now, one of the rules of this routine is to swap coffee for matcha. This is because of the health benefits of matcha, but for the first day, I actually didn't feel like having matcha, and I wanted to try it from the standpoint that matcha can be really expensive, especially for a high-quality, no-sugar-added ceremonial grade. So I went for no caffeine for the first day. Mango, strawberry, 3 eggs scrambled with sea salt. I also have my water because I think a top 1% woman would drink a lot of water. The first goal of the day was to work my 10 to 6 p.m. shift. I will note that Dr. Bate does mention that this is a day off routine, so I don't know how realistic this is for when you're working, but I did want to try it out anyways, just for fun, because I know that is realistic for a lot of people, and some people even work like 6 to 7 days a week. Not everyone gets days off. Some people have to work 2 jobs, like, you know what I mean? So I wanted to try it for that reason, but yeah, I was just getting ready for my day. I was pretty excited, honestly. Listening to a podcast on cortisol as my always learning segment of this challenge. Things like continuously learning and daily exercise wasn't too hard to implement for me as long as I didn't place expectations to be doing it for crazy long periods. I walked for about an hour before work and listened to a podcast on cortisol, and I just planned so that I could add it in. Okay, I am on my 1 hour lunch break, and I'm going to eat and I'm going to do my mindful break, which I think I'm just going to choose meditating for 10 minutes, listening to some meditation music and deep breathing, and then I'm going to watch Homeland because balance is key, baby. And I'm gonna be real, I don't really want to meditate my whole break. That's kind of boring to me, but I'm gonna try this mindful break and see if it makes a difference. For lunch, we're having overnight oats. Okay, not to be annoying, but that's kind of life-changing. Okay, not life-changing, that's being dramatic, but that was actually really nice and relaxing, and I would do it again. I think just the idea of working and then being like, okay, on your break you're gonna meditate, it sounds like hell, so I completely understand when people are like, I don't want to do that. I am gonna watch Homeland now, so maybe if you do like a 5-minute meditation, that could be realistic for you. I don't know, but for me, I actually really liked it. And back to work we go. The break is over, and I'm also at 5,000 steps right now. I'm at 8,000 steps now. Okay, guys. It is currently 6:35. I finished work and I'm picking up Thai food. I don't care if that's not top 1% of girlhood. They actually didn't mention really the diet part that much, I don't think. I don't know. I didn't watch the whole video and I feel like that's bad of me. I'm trying the routine, but I didn't watch the whole video. But I did watch I read an article on it, so I was like, that's good enough. But then I'm cross-referencing some stuff, and I'm like, this doesn't add up. That wasn't featured in the article, so sue me, guys. I might be doing this whole thing wrong. As my nightly audit and stuff, I just wanted to recap kind of a highlight of the day, which was some quality time with client. We got some food, it was really yummy, and another highlight was just like a really nice time at work. My break was really nice. A 1 hour is a really nice break to have, so yeah, that was really exciting. I feel like I did learn a little bit something new. Honestly, overall, it wasn't that difficult to implement all the things. I think that I was definitely too tired to lift, so it's good that I lifted the day before. So in the routine, Dr. Bate was dry brushing and showed her shampoo and hair routine and skincare. I personally have very sensitive skin, so I can only use one moisturizer and I don't use toners or anything. And I knew I was going to work out today, so I just did a hair oil mask instead with rosemary oil and macadamia oil. And I did wash this out after my workout, although I didn't show you that. I'm not against dry brushing. I know it has its health benefits, but I do struggle to do an in-depth routine on my days off, besides my everything showers, which are mostly just shaving and nicer shower products. Maybe I'll get a dry brush at some point because it's supposed to be good for your circulation, but in this video, I did not use one. Just jumping in again to tell you I do have TMJ, so that is why I'm doing a jaw massage. My jaw gets very inflamed from clenching and grinding my teeth at night. I have used gua sha in the past, but I find they break out my jaw no matter how much I clean them. I don't love filming my lifting workouts just because it takes me out of the actual workout part, but I'll put what I did on the screen. And then I went on a walk with the same podcast I was listening to the day before, and I had a poppy, and it was so yummy. Okay guys, I just finished exercising as you saw, and I have changed into my little robe, and I thought that it would be a good time to do the journaling brain dump portion. I was supposed to do this first thing in the morning, but I honestly forgot, so whoopsies. I'm obviously not doing this challenge perfectly, but that's okay. Anyway, so I have here a journal, and I'm going to just brain dump all of the things that have been stressing me out recently, things that I just feel anxiety about. I am very big on journaling. I like to do it pretty much every day anyway, so this was nothing crazy to add to my routine. But if you are someone that hasn't gotten into journaling before, I honestly really recommend it. Even just 1 minute, just writing something down, a very simple prompt you could find from Pinterest or just Googling it. Even ChatGPT could come up with some, and you can just journal about whatever you're feeling in that moment. You could even just write down the words that you're feeling, and all of that stuff will actually be pretty beneficial to you. In the evening, I chose quality time with friends and I went to the city with my girls to catch a World Cup game and eat some dinner. And I think this routine does prioritize quality time and socializing that you actually want to do. So I liked that I felt comfortable choosing to stay in or go out. This was honestly such a fun night. This is our little fit checks. Now that we are nearing the end of the video though, let's break down what I thought of everything. Obviously, there was some differences in my routine and the original. For example, I didn't dry brush or use the same products, but I think I just took this as a routine you apply to your own goals and self-care routines. My favorite part of the routine was probably the mindful breaks and daily exercise. I think I was able to be creative on the days that I worked and I just added that stuff in. I think the real issue people have with this routine is the language attached to it. When I hear mindful breaks, I personally want to slam my head against a wall. But if I hear 5 minutes of de-stressing and you choose how to do it, that feels a lot more manageable and realistic. Same with the top 1% language. That definitely makes it seem like this routine makes you worth more than others, when in reality, that is obviously not the case. Do I think it's realistic to spend your days off of work or days that you work doing all of these things in a day? Absolutely not. Do I think the point is that it isn't realistic and only supposedly 1% can live like this? Yeah, I guess so. Overall, it was a fun routine to try, but I don't think my life will look exactly like this every day going forward.